YouTube, it's Skifton here. Going to do a quick review after unboxing, and it's just a quick install of a Leapers Incorporated UTG BugBuster 1-inch scope. This has selectable between 3 and 9x. It also has windage, elevation, lighted, crosshairs, green or red. I liked all the feature set of it. It's sealed, it's nitrogen filled, shock proof, rain proof. I don't think it's waterproof. If you were to dunk it for a while, it might get some water in there apparently. It also did come with a couple of rings. I used a different set, but the ones that I came with are very, very similar. So I'm going to show you this a little bit, and just to show you, the gun has been checked, cleared, nothing in there. Sorry for the... So we're going to take a quick look at the scope here, give you all the angles of it. And this is just in my kitchen, so pardon the kitchenness of it. It's a good looking scope. I really like the way it looks. The size is about right for an AR. It's not too long. I've seen some scopes that are much, much longer that don't give you much more in terms of power. The flip open sight caps are great, very robust. They flip open really, really well, and I like them a lot. On the left side here, you've got your reticle light, and I'm going to see if I can get you a view of that. Let me see what I set my parallax to. I'll set it as low as I can here. Alright, so this is the sight you're going to get through the scope. And again, this is just via my camera, so it's not perfect, but I'll give you something to look at here with my little decorative stuff. And so the sight illuminates the crosshairs, and if you can see how well that's illuminating them, and it goes dim, starts dim, and then you hit the bright red. And they do get very, very bright. You can see these in broad daylight. But if you were in low light conditions and you wanted to set it to something like that, that would be really nice for seeing your target in low light. I really like that. That's nice. I think I like red better than green, but that's just personal preference. And so you do have a 3 to 9 magnification. It just moves right here. Sorry for the fuzziness. There we go. And it moves fairly stiffly, but that's good. At first you want it to be nice tight tolerances in there, but it does move freely as well. As constant pressure will move this thing the way that you want it to. The big thing that I liked about this scope was that it does have parallax adjustment, anywhere from 3 yards right there, all the way up to infinity. And as you can see, that little white dot is your parallax selector there. So if your target is 12 yards away, which is pretty darn close, you're going to be way down at the 3, of course, at 12 yards. You can select that for the parallax. You can head all the way up to 25, 50, 100 is probably going to be where I have it most of the time. And what that does is it changes your objective view. So if your target is downrange 100 yards, your objective view and your parallax will be exactly at that 100-yard range. So when you're moving your head around, when your head moves a little bit behind the scope like this, the crosshairs don't move with it because that's where it's set its objective to. And infinity obviously is anything more than, say, 150 yards. You set that to infinity, and that just kind of reduces your parallax at that range. So I would consider that to be good anywhere up to 200 to 250 yards. With a 9x magnification, you're not going to be shooting out to 250, 300 yards too often. But when you do, it's nice to have that infinity parallax. Anything out there is going to be pretty sturdy. One other bonus I liked about this was that it has locking windage and elevation adjustment, so you can hear, and then you can twist these, and they twist very easily, and they lock your windage and elevation adjustments. And so obviously righty tighty, lefty loosey. They turn about a half a turn to tighten and loosen. And I think I really just like that because when you bump these, you hear a click, and you don't know what you're going to be running into. It also has locking. It comes with an Allen wrench, which I don't have near here, but it does have a locking Allen key on both of these to lock it in place so that you can't move it. No matter what, you can lock them down. The reason that I didn't use the stock rings, they're identical to these rings, and these are actually UTG rings as well. This is a ring set with the riser in it. And I like the riser. They were actually the same height, the ones that they sent. with the scope, and they look like great quality. I just like these because they were a set and they also had little Picatinis on the top. Now this would be nice if you wanted to, you could set a little laser on here, or, you know, rise it up and set a little laser, or you could rise it up and set a little reflex sight above this, or something, you know. I'm not sure. I like the look of it, and I like the potential for functionality. I wasn't going to use something that had less functionality when I had the option to use something with more functionality. So that's just a quick review after installation. Oh, and the rings that they sent with did have the quick adjust, quick change locks on there. I locked these down pretty tight just because that's the way I like to do that. I'm not going to move this scope too much. But again, didn't really see any cons to it. These shades are removable. Oh, and it did come with a 2-inch sunshade, which screws in to the end of the sight. You do have to take off. The cap, the flip open cap, to get that on there. I believe you may be able to thread it without. I'm not sure, but that's kind of a look at what it looks like with it on there. Just kind of give you an idea. They did send a full user manual. They also sent a tactical mil-dot range estimation chart, and there's a full chart in the back of range estimation, how far away you are, what the mil-dots mean at different ranges, and they give you a little color illumination warning as well. Nothing special. So yeah, that is the Leapers Incorporated UTG BugBuster 1-inch. It is 3:9 magnification selectable. It does have an RGB illuminated. It's not actually RGB if you ask me, but you do need blue to make green, I guess. So red and green illuminated crosshairs, and so far I really like it. I'm excited to take it out to the range and get it sighted in. I will let you know with a follow-up video how that goes. Hey, thanks for watching YouTube. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.